We all know that the wireless earbud market is both competitive and crowded, but there's been one tech company noticeably absent until today. Hi everybody, it's Andy Barrar from HandyAndyMedia.com, and today I'm doing a review for Best Buy's blog on these new wireless earbuds from Panasonic. We're looking at the RZ-S300W. These are kind of like a mid-range earbuds, and it's really Panasonic's first foray into the wireless earbud market. Are these right for you? Well, we're about to find out. So sit back, relax, get yourself a cold one, and let's get it. Cue the intro. Now to begin, I'm going to mention that this is one out of 3 wireless earbuds that I'm reviewing from Panasonic, both on their high end with their Technics and another mid-tier one, the S500, and here is the S300. So if you haven't already, make sure you watch those other reviews so you know which one is right for you. For the S300W, let's talk about the features. First thing you notice is this one's in white, but you can also get it in white and black. The case is actually identical to the S500 in terms of its size. So you're going to be able to fit this in your front pocket without any problems. Whereas this Technics one was very, very bulky, and I wouldn't recommend you put this in your pocket. When you open up this for the first time, what you'll notice, it's got a very minimalistic design. Now, that's going to appeal to some people and it might dissuade others. But for me, I don't mind it. It's a charging case, okay? You know what I want this to do? I want it to charge. And I want to make sure it does its job well. And it does. Because what you'll notice is on the back, it actually has these little like rubber tips that hold it in place when it's sitting inside the case. Now, the earbuds themselves are very, very tiny, especially when you compare it to the other earbuds that Panasonic is offering. So if you're looking for a low profile earbud, this is something you definitely want to consider. It's made out of matte plastic, so no metal, even though it has what appears to be this silver metal ring around it. The Panasonic logo is actually on the side. When you put it in your ear, you can't actually see it. So again, some people might like that, some might not. They might want to be a walking brand for Panasonic. I don't know. But what I can say is that when you put these into the ear, they are labeled left and right, so you can make sure you get them right. You kind of just want to twist them. That's the common theme I've noticed about all these Panasonic earbuds, is you put it in and then you give it a little twist, just a little twist, like a Chubby Checker twist again, you know? If he was alive, he could make a whole commercial on that. So it's a nice low profile design. They fit comfortably in the ear for a long time. They do have touch controls. They're not tactile buttons. They are touch controls, which is something you'll see on the other earbuds as well. If you watch those other reviews, you'll notice that they made some changes, you know, like if you want to turn the volume up, you have to triple tap it. And you got to double tap it to turn the volume down. And you do this all on the left earbud. However, you can use the Panasonic Audio Connect app to go ahead and change the configurations of the touch controls to suit your particular needs. This is great. If you had a previous earbuds, you got some muscle memory on how you like to interact with them. Well, you're going to be able to change them with the S300W. It's very hard to remember these model names. I got to tell you, they don't make it easy for us tech reviewers. I'll tell you that. Now, another thing you have to note is that unlike the other 2 models that I had reviewed, the S500 and also these Technic earbuds, is that it doesn't have ANC built in. That doesn't mean it doesn't have noise isolation by virtue of the way that it sits in your ear. So it will take out the outside noise, but it's not going to give you the noise cancellation. If you are looking for noise cancellation, I highly recommend you check out the one step up, the S500W. That will give you that need. However, you know, these are kind of really comfortable and more suited, I'd say, for the just kind of like casual everyday person out there that needs to take audio calls. Maybe you just want to have hands-free voice assistant. Well, you can do that by just toggling it with one button to turn on both Alexa and Google Assistants on your phone. So it's really, really, really geared towards that kind of like average user, not audiophiles, not people that are, really into music and to gear in particular. Another common theme that I saw with all of these Panasonic earbuds is how it connects to your device. And they're late to the game, but they did design this technology from the ground up, and they did a great job. They're using what's called a left-right signaling system. Essentially what that means is each of the earbuds independently connects to your device. However, in the Bluetooth settings, you just see it as a single pair. But when you put it in, you'll actually hear it says Bluetooth connected, then Bluetooth connected. And you're like, wait a minute, they're off a little bit. But then once you play music, it automatically syncs. I have no idea what they're doing on the back end to make such a stable Bluetooth connection. But I'll tell you this might become the industry standard, because there are other earbuds that aren't as good in the stability of the Bluetooth connection. Typically what will happen is one earbud will drop out, or both of them will drop out. So it's on and then you can't hear it and you lose connectivity. It is a frustrating thing about wireless earbuds. I almost walked away from wireless earbuds, but you know what? Panasonic, being late to the game, left-right independently signaling system, works fantastic. I had no issues whatsoever on any of these earbuds when it came to the Bluetooth connectivity. Now, I briefly mentioned that it works in conjunction with the Panasonic Audio Connect app. Inside there, you're going to find some interesting features, but you'll also notice a little bit of difference from the other models that are there. Of course, there, like I mentioned, you don't have ANC, so you can't turn that on and off. But also the ambient mode, which you can turn on just to kind of allow you to hear your surroundings, make you, and this is great if you're biking, you want to be able to hear your surroundings while you're listening to your music or even taking a phone call. The ambient mode can only be enabled or disabled inside the app. Whereas with the other models, the S500 and also the Technics earbuds, you can actually adjust the sensitivity of the ambient mode and also the noise canceling. On here, you could only do the one. There was, however, a really nice feature that I liked, especially with these small earbuds. Like, it's only a matter of time before you're going to lose them or misplace them, especially if you don't keep it in the case or inside your ear. Well, inside the app, you have this feature of Find My Earbuds. And what it will do is it will locate where your earbuds were last located in two ways. Now, here's the thing. If you have the earbuds in the case, you're kind of out of luck because it doesn't have that connection. They need to be out. They also need to be connected to your phone. If you do that inside the app, you can actually look for it. It will emit a sound to help you find them. So if they are in the couch or something like that, you'll be able to find it. However, and I learned this because I tried this feature out, it's very, very quiet. And think about it. You got these little earbuds. You can only make so much sound. So if you're in a noisy environment, it's going to be hard to find. So you want to make sure you cut off any of the background noise and really listen for that sound that comes out of these earbuds if in the event that you do lose it. Now let's talk a little bit about the sound quality. Now the interesting thing of me having all of these three earbuds from Panasonic was that I had the ability to listen to the same music and switch the earbuds at the same time. That really allowed me to hear the sonic differences between all of them. And here's what I can tell you about the S300W. It's got a very kind of Panasonic has a really good understanding of audio frequencies based upon their legacy in developing audio equipment. What they've done is create this nice balanced kind of frequency response that will appeal to most users out there. In that, the majority of pop music and just modern music, frankly, is going to sound very good. However, one big notice that I noticed was, especially between these ones, it just doesn't have that low end. The bass is more accentuated, not I'd say on the low end 808 bass, but more on say just a bass guitar. So the frequency is not on the low end, but just a little bit higher. So you're not getting that boom kind of low end punch. Now, depending on your musical preferences, that could be a big deal or not. However, inside the app, you can set it to actually accentuate the bass. But just by default from the 6mm drivers that are built inside here, it just doesn't have that low end, that real low end that I heard with both the Technics and the S500W. So that's not a bad thing necessarily. It really depends on your musical taste. The sound profile, I think, will still really appeal to the majority of the users out there. It's not like a flat frequency response. So if you're an audiophile and you want that flat, like monitor speakers where you want to do all the EQing, it's not like that. They definitely have accentuated certain frequencies, but they're doing it to accommodate the majority of the way modern music is mixed. However, if you want that little bit of low end, I definitely recommend you step up and get the S500W. It's just a little bit of difference. You know, you go back and forth on these earbuds, then you start to hear those little sonic differences, especially if you listen to the same sound. In terms of the fit, you know, like I mentioned, comfortable all day wear. And if you know me, if you follow my reviews, and every time I have earbuds, what do? I go outside and I jump rope because I love jumping rope. I learned it about a year ago and I'm addicted to it. And of course, it's like the best way to test earbuds and the fit because you're literally jumping up and down. I had these earbuds in and honestly, not a problem. So with the IPX4 rating, that means it's good for both rain and sweatproof. You can wear these working out and not have a problem. Now let's talk a little bit about the battery life because that really, really impressed me. Panasonic says you're going to get about 7.5 hours with the full charge with these earbuds. Of course, that's going to depend on how loud you have the music and other different factors. But I'd say to be safe, 6.5 hours, you could definitely expect to get that battery life without issue. With the case, you're going to get an extra 22.5 hours of battery life. So in total, that's 30 hours. So if you're looking for earbuds that have long battery life, that produce a really good sound and have a very small profile, the S300W is definitely for you. That alone, you know, this fantastic battery life makes it very appealing for a lot of people out there, especially at its price point. And the Bluetooth connectivity of this just makes it really, really a good option for a huge segment of the population out there who needs wireless earbuds. Because frankly, who doesn't? All the freaking phones now don't have headphone jacks. So there's no wonder why this wireless earbud market is exploding. So like I said, if you're looking out for a pair that has a low profile look, very small, fantastic battery life, stable connection with the left-right independent signaling system, the good ambient mode functionality that you can enable and disable with an app, even the ability to find the earbuds in the event that you misplaced them. Folks, the Panasonic S300W will definitely fit the bill for that. And if you want a little bit more bass, I highly recommend you step up to the S500W. It's going to give you that same kind of feeling. However, the earbuds are noticeably different, a little bit bigger. So it really comes down to what characteristics you're looking for in an earbud. But these ones, for the price point, for the connections, for the stability, for the performance, I don't think you can be, I don't think you can be disappointed with what you get if you were to purchase this. That said, there is a lot of choices out there. Panasonic has entered with 3 offerings that definitely are worth considering because, you know, they're late to the game, but they kind of understood how they needed to differentiate themselves, and I think they did a fantastic job. Folks, that's all the time we have left. If you like this review, please like the video. Subscribe to this channel. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave those in the comments section below. If you want to get more information about me, all you got to do is head up to my website, handyandymedia.com. I do a lot of tech and DIY stuff. Pretty much like things break around my house or I'm trying to create something. I just make videos and you can watch the trials and tribulations of my life. Because trust me, being a DIY expert means a lot of things don't work and you fix it. And that's how you get to become a DIY expert. Once again, my name is Andy Barrar, Handy Andy from handyandymedia.com. See you again next time.